Wait, I'm going to say something. There has been no other ethnic group within the confines of the history of this nation that had the color of their skin stigmatized like black Americans did. Not one. So let me say that one more time for the camera. There is no other ethnic group in the history of this nation that had the color of their skin defined as the basis upon which they were stigmatized and used as a thing, as a tool, not a person to be respected.
And even
not true. For the last 10 years, they have been stigmatizing straight white males and basically keeping them out of universities, jobs, and moving up in careers because of it.
And the thing is,
all the reports are coming out now.
Mason, let me get this.
Wait, but you got a great monologue.
You do know that at one point it was illegal to even teach slaves to read. It was illegal to even issue birth certificates.
I understand. You never went through that. Why should I pay you for it?
Listen, my daddy was born in 1965. He and his mother, let me be clear, my grandmother, saw Dr. King give the I Have a Dream speech. Shirley Franklin saw Dr. King give the I Have a Dream speech. So they were alive during the time that the lasting economic impact of slavery and redlining and Jim Crow and segregation and the lack of real estate access had direct impacts on black Americans. So we may not have been in the fields, but we were still suffering the economic disparity of impact from policies that were hundreds of years old. So
and now white guys are suffering economic impacts because of what you guys have done for DEI for the last 10 years. I'm actually shocked.
Black people only made up 3% of all DEI hires. What are you talking about?
I know it actually benefited white women the most, didn't it?
Right, so it didn't benefit my people.
I was talking about white men.
But I would like to add.
I didn't say that.
All right, first off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash, Thawadi Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, for allowing me to do another video through the Spirit. Thawadi Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, for giving us this truth as worms. Double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and salutation and blessings to the whole elect. Through the Spirit, I'm going to title this lesson, The Straight White Male is Suffering and He's Hurt. Esau, and I'm going to play a clip. Esau is hurt because these curses are coming upon him and he can't fight against them. Just as we couldn't fight against them, you have to eat it. You have to eat these curses that Yahweh Shema Shai is sending upon you. There's no getting around it. Esau is upset, and even to the point where he tries to compare his suffering to ours, which is crazy. You can't compare what we've gone through to your suffering. Not yet. Because we haven't put hell on you yet. But we will, thus saith the Bible. But let's start off with this. This is Deuteronomy 30 and verse 6. It says, for the Lord Yahweh, thy power will circumcise thy heart. And Yahweh Shema Shai is doing that, starting with the elect. That's why they're changing their ways. They're getting their house in order. They're seeking after Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. They're seeking after the old path. The heart of thy seed to love the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all that thou mayest live. And that's what we're doing to our best of our ability. And of course, we're going to be changed to where the Lord completely circumcises us, and we'll have that complete body. But verse 7, and the Lord Yahweh, thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and upon them that hate thee, was persecute thee. And they're feeling it. Now these Edomites are feeling how it feels to be a nigga in America. It's just like that movie Trading Places. There's another movie that's similar to Trading Places. It's the name of it slip my tongue. Brothers may know it, but basically, this dude went from being ultimately rich to being poor, homeless, and his family against him. And yeah, Esau, the world is against you. White males, the world is definitely against you. You're right. But that's what the prophecy said will happen to you. And good. No one cares, bro. Suck it up. Pull yourself up from your bootstrap like you told everybody else. No one cares about the plight of the poor white male. No one cares, bro. Suck it up, pussy. I personally watched an Edomite, a straight white male, get slapped in his face by a nigga twice. And you know what happened to it? You know what happened? Nothing. Nothing happened. We just kicked the dude out. And he was back the next day. Got his shit slapped twice. If this was 100 years ago, that nigga would have been lynched, dragged down the street, eaten. Horrible things would have happened. But Esau, you're losing, and you see it, and that's why you're about to go on a nut. That's why J.D. Vance said you don't have to be afraid to be white anymore, because you're losing. You're losing your kingdom. Thus saith the Bible, and it's happening in real time. So let's play this clip.
Wait, I'm going to say something. There has been no other ethnic group within the confines of the history of this nation that had the color of their skin stigmatized like Black Americans did. Not one. So let me say that one more time for the camera. There is no other ethnic group in the history of this nation that had the color of their skin defined as the basis upon which they were stigmatized and used as a thing, as a tool, not a person to be respected.
And even not true. For the last 10 years, they have been stigmatizing straight white males and basically keeping them out of universities, jobs, and moving up in careers because of it.
And the thing is,
all the reports are coming out now.
Mason, let me get this.
Wait, but you had a great monologue.
You do know that at one point it was illegal to even teach slaves to read. It was illegal to even issue birth certificates.
I understand. You never went through that. Why should I pay you for it?
Listen, my daddy was born in 1965. He and his mother, let me be clear, my grandmother, saw Dr. King give the I Have a Dream speech. Shirley Franklin saw Dr. King give the I Have a Dream speech. So they were alive during the time that the lasting economic impact of slavery and redlining and Jim Crow and segregation and the lack of real estate access had direct impacts on Black Americans. So we may not have been in the fields, but we were still suffering the economic disparity of impact from policies that were hundreds of years old. So
and now white guys are suffering economic impacts because of what you guys have done for DEI for the last 10 years. I'm actually shocked.
Black people only made up 3% of all DEI hires. What are you talking about?
I know it actually benefited white women the most, didn't it?
Right, so it didn't benefit my people.
I was talking about white men.
But I would like to add.
I didn't say that.
He literally said it. He said it actually benefited white women. So DEI helped who? More than anybody. Edomites. So shut up. Esau is upset that he's suffering now. Esau is upset. He's upset that his woman's left him. He's upset that his kingdom's falling. He's upset that he's had to hide himself for so long. The white male is upset. And no one cares, bro. No one cares. You cannot compare the effects of slavery to your little weak ass 10 years of you going through it. Now you gotta suffer, nigga. Nobody cares, Esau. You're through. It's time for you to suffer. That nigga's hurt. This is Jeremiah 49 and verse 10. I'm gonna read it in the KJV. I might jump to the NLT though too. But it says, "But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places. He shall not be able to hide himself." Yeah, you're not able to hide yourself anymore. You're not able to hide yourself. You're not able to hide under your whiteness anymore. Even you Edomites are getting gunned down in the street. It says, "His seed is spoiled, and his brother and his neighbor is, and his neighbor, and he is not." Let's read that in the NLT too. It says, "But I will strip bare the land of Edom, and there will be no place left to hide. Its children, its brothers, its neighbors, will all be destroyed, and Edom itself will be no more." Yeah, and the Lord is going to eventually destroy the nation of Edom completely, starting with the destruction of the chief place, Basra, now as America, will be destroyed. Verse 11 says, "Leave thy fatherless children. I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me." It says, "For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, by Shemi Al-Shai, behold, those whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, and art thou he that shall surely art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. Yeah, so you have to be punished. We went through it. The people of the Lord, the people of Yahweh Shem Shai, the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans went through the punishment that we had to go through. Now it's coming upon you. You have to be judged for your actions. Esau, look what you've done. Look at the track record of you Edomites. You've done nothing but evil. You've only gained things through wickedness. You've only gone throughout raping, pillaging, and destroying in the name of justice, which was a lie. And now you're back on that brigade full of lies, even pointing at your own fingers, pointing at your own people, lying to them. It's time for you to suffer. And you are. And you Edomites are suffering, and you're losing your fucking mind. I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord Yahweh, by Shem Shai, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetually waste. And it's coming to that. America, Babylon the Great, will be completely obliterated off the four corners of the earth. And the Edomites that are left, you will be enslaved. You will go into captivity. Thus saith the Bible. Thus saith Yahweh Shem Shai. There's no escaping your punishment. You should have left us alone, like it says in the book of Obadiah. You wanted to come fuck with us, dog. You did this to yourself. You did this to yourself. Straight up. This is Obadiah 1 and verse 15 says, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathens. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. And that's right. For as ye have drunken upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathens drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, they shall swallow down, they shall be as thou hast not been. Let's start up this. Here it is. This is where it's the nitty gritty. Obadiah 1 and verse 11. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, the Babylonians, and fortress enter his gates, and foreigners enter into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the time that he became a stranger, neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction, neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yea, thou shouldest not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that didst escape. Neither shouldest thou have delivered up those of his that didst remain in the day of distress. So you shouldn't have touched us, Esau. You should have let the heathens do it. You should have never put your hands on the apple of the Lord's eye. You did this to yourself, my guy. You should have left us the fuck alone. But what? You did it. You helped the Babylonians. You assisted to take us down. And from that day on, you fucking even was fucking with us in the Persian and Mede captivity. Oh, and then next was what? Greece. Goddamn Antiochus and Ptolemies. Then what after that? The Romans. You should have left us the fuck alone, dude. But what? You didn't. So now you have to pay all the way up to America. You should have left the children of Israel alone. But you didn't. So now you have to suffer. And now you have these Edomites crying and complaining and bitching and moaning because their kingdom is coming to an end. But this is all a part of the judgment of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai upon Edom. The Lord is breaking y'all down just like he broke down Egypt in the ancient world. That's why the Lord said he will bring plagues again upon Egypt as before. The Lord is breaking you Egyptians down, piece by piece, brick by brick. The economy, your mindset, your money, your woman, everything is being taken from you Edomites, and you're losing it. And that's why you have this dude, Emperor Trump, in office, who's really just getting his strings pulled, getting this all started and popped off. Because we're at the end. We're at the end of your world. Let's get that and close off. This is Second Ezra 6 and verse 8, and it says, he said unto me, from Jacob and from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, Jacob hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, the end of this age. The age of what? The heathens ruling. And who would be the last heathen ruling? You Edomites. And Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. Jacob being the kingdom of Israel, the throne of David being reestablished on the earth through the authority of Yahushai and 144,000, which is the tabernacle of David. David being reset up, which is the kingdom of heaven, which is the kingdom of Israel, which is the kingdom of Yahushai. And you nations will be under subjection under the Israelites. And for 1,000 years, you will be brutally under subjection under the Israelites, and chiefly you Edomites. And then after that 1,000-year period, you will be let go and given back your lands, and you will be under tributes under the Israelites. But you Edomites, you will be completely obliterated off the face of the earth. Thus saith the Bible. There will be no Edomites after that 1,000-year period. Point blank period. You're going to serve your purpose, and there's going to be you serve your purpose being the wicked on the earth, and you're going to serve your purpose as slaves, and you're going to be burned up at the end of it. Thus saith the Bible. That's not a mistranslation or nothing. That's what the Lord said. You will be obliterated. There will be no Edomites. Job said it. It shall be as a dream, as a vision in the night. They shall say, where is he? We're going to have to teach our children what the fuck Edomite is. There was a race of people with no melanin. What? With no melanin? No, they didn't have melanin. And they ruled the world. What? They ruled the world? Yeah, they ruled the world, man. It was to show us that this is not the way to rule. They were completely contrary to our power, Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai. This really happened. We're going to be thousands of years in the kingdom explaining this to the children. And it's happened, man. Well, yeah, they were called the Edomites. They've been gone for a few thousand years, but yeah, they did exist. Long time ago. It's going to be beautiful, man. They're going to be in the record books. You're going to exist alone in records. There will never be an Edomite on the face of the earth ever again after y'all serve y'all captivity. So, hey, you Edomites, hey, you've had your time to reign. Now it's time for you to come down. So with that, all praises be to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakudash, and with that, Shalom.